Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in again. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and tackle something that is a huge, huge topic, especially in this season. And that is, man, how do I pay these different obligations off? How do I pay? And we're just going to put up here for the credit cards, right? Man, I want to go from personal credit all the way to business credit. And so I want to go ahead and knock these cards out. And I want to start using business credit on a whole nother level. I want to be on a whole nother level. Absolutely, you can. But before we do that, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world can know about this method of making our economy better. Now, I had to take the privilege of putting all this on the board because I wanted to explain some things to you all, and that is this. When you're talking about velocity banking and debt elimination, it's the difference between division and subtraction. Okay? When you're talking about velocity banking and wealth building, it's the difference between addition and multiplication. I'm telling you, it will get you faster to where you want to be versus just giving or doing and implementing the plan that the banks want you to implement. All right. So what we're going to do here is assume $5,000 in income. That's I, and $3,000 in expenses. And we're just going to label that as E. Okay, so you have these three different credit cards. You want to get rid of them as soon as possible, but you don't want to starve, right? You don't want to not go on vacation. You don't want to not take a break from work or wherever you're at. Listen, you don't have to anymore. It's all about allocation. All right, so the 5,000, the difference between 5,000 and 3,000 is what? $2,000. So that's going to be spread out in your cards. Remember what we do with our income. We place them on each of our cards. So it's going to be $1,660 toward this card, $1,660 toward that card, and $1,660 toward this card. Is it a payment? No, because it's a credit card and you can pay, borrow, pay, borrow, pay, borrow. Or shall I say transfer? Because all you're doing with the credit card is you're transferring your income inside of your credit cards so that your credit cards are your new line, your new checking account. Okay, so you're going to use these credit lines as your checking account. Now, the difference is actually divided between the cards. So you can do this one of two ways. You can leave the difference between the cards or just focus on one card, pay that down, focus on another card, pay that down, and focus on another card, pay that down. Well, my question to you is this. What happens to the minimum payment when you're spreading out your cards like this? I mean, the minimum payment is $600 on $12,000 at 21%. What happens to the $600? What happened to it? Well, it goes down here. Each one of these, since they're getting paid $1,660 each, it goes down here to your cash flow. And now your cash flow is $1,800. All right. So remember, what's being paid down? What is paying down your lines of credit? What is it? It's the cash flow that's paying it down. So when are you going to be done with your payment? This is how much is left on each of the cards, $660. When are you going to be done paying that off? Paying all of them off at the same time? If you said in 18 months, that's what, a year and a half. You are correct. And remember, that's not doing anything special. All right? Nothing special. Now remember, the more cash flow you have, the faster you can pay that down. So if there's more cash flow in each of these cards, then you're going to be paying them off faster than that. All right? But it's important to know that as you're paying, the lenders are looking and they're saying, my goodness, they pay a lot each month towards their cards and they're responsible. So what can you become a victim of in about 3 or maybe even 6 months, depending on the card or the line of credit? What can you become a victim of when that happens? A credit line increase. Sure. So now your $12,000 is going to go even higher and you're going to be a candidate for great wealth building. Folks, I want to go ahead and break that down to you because a lot of you are worried and you're chopping your fingernails. You're like, man, what's going on? Hey, nothing's going on, right? Just calm down. Make sure that you're putting your income inside of your line of credit and everything will be all right. If you're doing the same old traditional economic model, then yeah, you do have something to be concerned about. Why? Because you and I know that that doesn't work. If you're getting consolidation loans, my consideration and my recommendation, suggestion would be this. I just submit this to you. Get a consolidating line, okay, called a first lien HELOC. Absolutely. Your home equity line of credit is one of the greatest things that you can do to eliminate this. You be the bank. Yes, you can. You can be the bank. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Folks, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Get my class, Velocity Banking 2.0, and we got credit cards for you as well if you're just starting out or you need to go ahead and recover, maybe restore your credit. We can do that as well at Velocity Credit Repair. All right, let me know. God bless you, and you have a great week.